What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in today's video. Now, first and foremost, I just want to give Brandon a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this opportunity to stand here and speak to all of you guys. Now, first things first, a little bit about me. My name is Mark McQueen and I'm a 20-year-old junior powerlifter who currently competes in the IPF. I am from Glasgow, Scotland, hence the weird accent. And my next competition coming up is going to be the British Championships on the 1st of November. Now today, my current personal bests were recently done in a mock competition where I totaled 740 kilograms or 1,628 pounds, which consisted of a 273 kilogram squat or a 601 pound squat, a 162.5 or a 358 pound bench press, and a 305 kilogram deadlift or a 671 pound deadlift. Now they were all done on the same day in a mock competition, and they're my current personal best, which I'm looking to total just over 1,700 pounds in the British Championships on the 1st of November. Now today's video is going to be on maximising your potential to become as strong as possible through certain strategies such as the importance of programming, gaining muscle, taking volume into account, taking your environment into account, and so on. So the first point that I want to talk about today, which I also believe is probably the most important point, is just consistency, hard work and time. So what I think the most important thing that a lot of people never take into account is working extremely hard, consistently over a long period of time. If you do something for a long period of time that you work extremely hard at, day in, day out, you will become good at. Even if you do it very suboptimally, if you spend decades and just a long period of time working super hard at something with great consistency day in and day out, you will without a doubt become very good at that thing that you've spent so long doing. The second point that I want to talk about today that you should take into account is programming. One of the most important things you should be doing is getting on a structured program with proper progression protocols that is created for your level in the sport, so you could be a beginner, intermediate, advanced, that has been proven to yield results by many other people, or your program is created from a coach that has been proven to yield both results from both himself and also other clients. It is very important to do so, because if you just go into the gym without a plan, without a structured plan, you may make progress in the short term, but you definitely will not make progress for the long term, because when you start to stall, you won't be able to measure such things as the volume you're currently doing so that you can increase that volume and all those other factors. So getting in a program that is designed to allow for proper progression that's been proven to work, that is a very important factor, and that is definitely something you should be doing. And that takes me on to your next point about taking volume very seriously. Volume is the number one contributing factor to gaining both muscle size and also getting stronger. It is one of the most, if not the most important factors. Now, volume is literally weights times sets times reps, okay? So when you take the weight you're using, you times it by the amount of sets you're doing and the times of reps you're doing, that is your total volume, okay? And your body adapts to anything you give it. So any stimulus you give it, your body will eventually adapt to. So if you're only doing 10,000 pounds of weekly squat volume, and you then say you stall at a 500 pound deadlift, well then to get over that 500 pound deadlift, you are going to have to increase your volume to say 11,000 pounds, 12,000 pounds. And that is what's going to allow you to keep progression, to keep adding in volume. And it's the same for when you're trying to increase muscle. To keep gaining muscle, you're going to have to keep giving your body a stimulus it has never done before, which is just doing more volume. And with volume, what you need to also take into account is that there's only so much workload you can do. There really is only so much workload you can do, so eventually you're going to have to just really focus on getting a lot stronger. Because if you're squatting 4 times a week and you're doing just loads of reps and sets on all of those four days a week, there's only so far you can progress that. So to get that weekly volume higher, you just have to get stronger, because 1/3 of that equation is the weight you're using. So the more weight you use, the higher that weekly volume is going to be. For example, if you can squat 100 kilos for 10 sets of 10, and then you could squat 110 kilos for 10 sets of 10, well, the volume on the 110 kilos is going to be higher. So again, volume is a very important factor that you should be measuring and looking to build upon cycle by cycle. Okay, so that takes me on to my next point, which I also believe is a very, very important thing, and I think a lot of people hold themselves back from getting stronger by not doing so, and it's by putting an emphasis on gaining muscle size. Okay, now what you need to understand is that a bigger muscle will always have the potential to be a stronger muscle. Okay, I'll say that again. A bigger muscle always has the potential to be a stronger muscle. So you should always be looking at trying to gain muscle so that you can allow to maximize your potential to get stronger. Because let's say you're sitting at 100 kilos body weight, okay, and you're at say 12% body fat, and you're very neurally efficient and you are a very efficient lifter. Well, if you then spend some time gaining say to 105 kilograms at 12% body fat, okay, you say take a year to do that, then when you're at 105 kilos, you have more muscle to work with, therefore you have the potential to get much, much stronger. And on top of that, having more muscle will improve your leverages, and by improving your leverages, that will also maximize your potential to get stronger. Okay, so my next point is spending the vast majority of your time in a surplus. Try and be upwards of 75% of the year in a surplus. This is going to maximize your potential by being in a caloric surplus to gain muscle. By gaining muscle, like I just spoke about in the last point, that's going to maximize your potential, your strength potential to get stronger. Also, by being in a caloric surplus, that's going to also maximize your time within the gym. Okay, so by being in the gym to performing to the best of your abilities, and also by being in a caloric surplus, that is going to maximize your recovery potential outside of the gym, which will then allow you to obviously perform better within the gym. The next thing I'd like to speak about that I feel is very, very important is spending a lot of time under sub-maximal loads doing a lot of volume work. Okay, so I like to go through, and I have all the athletes I work with go through long periods of working in very sub-maximal loads, doing lots and lots of volume. By doing so, by working in sub-maximal loads, allows you to get a lot of volume in, which is obviously going to allow to build the movement, build muscle, and allow for progression. But also with working with sub-maximal loads, it allows you to work on performing the movements properly. Okay, now at the end of the day, yes, powerlifting is about moving the weight from A to B, or strongman is about moving the weight from A to B, and the same with Olympic lifting, for example, or even bodybuilding. It's all just about moving the weight from A to B. But the thing is as well is that the more efficiently you can move that weight from A to B, the better it's going to be. And if you're constantly working in 89% of your intensity of your 1RM upwards all the time, you're never going to actually give your body the potential to actually work on the movement. So by spending time on sub-maximal loads, it's going to allow you to spend much greater periods of time in volume blocks, because you're not going to wear yourself out as much. So you're going to be able to get more volume in over the year. You're going to have more time working on the movements and working on the technique in your movements, and being able to maybe even try new things, and overall just building the movement. And that is one of the biggest contributing things as to what has allowed me to gain the most amount of strength over the kind of the cycles that I tend to do them in, is simply just working in sub-maximal loads and spending a long time doing so, and spending a lot of time being able to work on the technique, perfect the movement, and improve the efficiency of the movement. And that will allow you to then also maximize your strength potential, because at the end of the day, you can only get so strong by working in a very suboptimal positioning in your movements. Eventually, to get stronger, you're going to have to be able to improve the efficiency of the movements. So the last point that I would like to make actually has 2 points in it, is being in the right environment. So making sure you find a gym that suits you as a lifter. Make sure you find the proper environment that will allow you to maximize your potential to perform in the gym. So the last thing you want to be doing is going into a gym that doesn't allow chalk, or doesn't allow baby powder for your to put on your thighs for deadlifting, or doesn't allow for your buddy to shout at you, or doesn't allow for any of the above, and just doesn't allow for a proper environment for you to get stronger, and that's not going to maximize your potential to get stronger. So try and find a gym that has the environment that suits you best and allows you to perform to the best of your abilities. And what ties on with that is just having fun. That is the main thing. Do a program that you enjoy, do things that you enjoy, and ultimately that will yield the best results. Because if you're going to be in the gym for decades of your life, the only way to be in the gym for decades of your life is to have fun when doing so, because no one's going to do anything that they don't enjoy for the majority of their life. So get a good environment and have fun. So I hope you found today's video informative, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, would just like to give Brandon a huge thank you for this opportunity to speak to you. If you like this video, please go to the description box below and subscribe to my channel, and I would love to see you all there. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hopefully speak to all of you guys next time.
Before we go, just a quick reminder, I'm partnered up with the National Academy of Sports Medicine, who's offering a 2-week free trial of their services. So if you've ever really wanted to get into personal training, this is a great opportunity for you to do so. Just go to myusatrainer.com/CampbellFitness to find out more information. All right.